What's up, everybody? Welcome to the K-Pop Kimchi Podcast, your number one podcast for girl groups with the number one fanboys. I'm your host, Justin Turner, with my co-host, Brian Limper, and we got a special one because it's March Madness.
Yeah, March Madness.
What's going on?
Normally we have this as an actual episode, but Boys Planet's taking precedent over that.
Absolutely.
But we couldn't not do March Madness this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, for those who don't know, we love college basketball. And every March, there's a thing called March Madness, where there's a bracket of teams, and they play each other. And whoever wins moves on to the next round until you get to one team, and they are the champions.
Big old tournament.
In the last 2 years, the champion of this tournament has been twice.
Yep.
But, based off the teams that have been put in it this year, I don't know if they're going to win.
We could see a changing of the guard.
Because for the first time ever, based off the rankings that I found, because usually I just use Ranker and I go by, because people go on and rate whoever. You take the top 4 teams. It's like that's a 1 seed, 1 seed, 1 seed, then 2 seed, 2 seed, 2 seed, whatever's going on. For the first time since we've done this is the third year we've done it, because I had to look. I couldn't remember if we did it in 2020, but we didn't.
We didn't do it?
No, we only did it.
Weird year.
2021 and 2022, and this is the third one, 2023. And this is the first year that Twice was not the number one rated group on the site. So
that's breaking news.
They weren't even the second rated group on the site.
Uh-oh.
We were actually talking about this, I don't know, it was yesterday, the day, I don't know, the whole weekend just kind of blends together. I don't know what day it was. But this is like us, like I said, doing it each year for the last couple of years. And we're always like, you know what? This is exactly what I thought was going to happen. But maybe there'll be some new groups and they'll be more popular so that it'll be different rankings than what we're used to seeing.
Yeah, honestly.
And boy, it's going to be different this year.
Honestly, the other years, it was fun, but not really exciting as far as that kind of stuff goes. But now I'm anxious to hear the real rankings.
And fun fact, every year the finals was Twice versus Red Velvet.
Yep.
Both years was Twice versus Red Velvet. Just back-to-back returns. Well, those two teams or groups, whatever you want to call them. So once we go through these, we're going to make our picks for who we think is going to make it far. Obviously a lot of it's pretty obvious. It's based off fan votes, not our own votes. So you really just go with who's the most popular at the time, and it's probably who's going to win, because that's how it is every year.
Yeah.
Although really that's how it is in normal basketball too. So no, I was going to say, I put an actual ranking thing you can vote on our Instagram. So if you want to go follow us on Instagram at K-Pop Kimchi 101, I'll put the votes up there, and you can pick who you want to.
Make your picks. It's super fun. I do remember we have had close ones before.
It does make a difference. Usually we do get a good amount of votes, 50, 60 votes a thing. So, that's pretty fun.
Yeah.
But it's also just fun for people to vote.
I was going to say, people just like voting and polls and all that stuff and seeing their favorites. So, I'm excited for this year, though.
It's going to, wait till you hear it. It's going to be different. I was thinking I was making it's going to be real weird. So, we're going to go over each of the matchups and we're going to pick our winners for each one to see who we think is going to go the farthest. We're going to predict. Then I'll actually put up the stuff on Instagram, and everyone can vote, and we'll come out with actually the real winner in a week or so. But for our first team here, the number one team was Blackpink. Okay. Number one overall seed, Blackpink. I can't be shocked by that.
No, I'm not shocked, honestly.
But this is the first time that it was not twice.
Wow. I'm not shocked, but it is a changing of the guard at number one.
And their number 8 seed matchup is Nature.
Oh, boy.
I'm surprised they're on there at all. So.
Shout out to Nature being number 8, honestly. What a good season.
Because, I guess ironically, I guess if you're actually going based off rankings, since it'd be a bunch, because you'd have 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2,
yeah.
3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. So they're actually really down.
They're literally the last to get in.
They're one of the lowest ones on the thing.
They're the 4th 8 seed.
Yeah. But I'm going to have to assume on this we're going to go with Blackpink.
Well, we're going to probably pick, by way of how it's gone before, the number one team wins.
Yeah, so, that's really just an easy pick. So we're going to
honestly,
Blackpink
shout out to
here.
Nature winning their mid-major championship and making it to to
get that play in.
The play-in.
So the next one on would be the 3 seed versus 6 seed, and that's Idol versus Purple Kiss. I think Idol's going to win.
Idol for sure.
Idol actually I thought was going to win last year, but they didn't. Because they're the 3 seed, Purple Kiss is the 6 seed. So for those who don't know, it's the worst team matches up with the best team. That's just how it is.
That's
how we get ranked as some type of advantage in your favor for being better.
That's how rankings work in brackets.
I was going to say, yeah, it's just kind of how it works. For anyone who doesn't know that, like Josh, he wouldn't know that.
Probably not. Doesn't know a lot of things.
So the next one would be the 4 seed versus the 5 seed. And that's the 4 seed is actually Everglow, surprisingly. And the 5 seed is Kepler.
Ooh.
I feel like I still gotta go. I gotta go Kepler because I don't know.
Everglow doesn't do anything.
I know.
How are they 4 still?
I don't know.
Shout out to
It's
them.
popularity rankings.
I mean, I'm picking Kepler because
they're
I
actually
want them to win.
active in doing things.
Yeah, that's weird that
Then the 2 seed versus 7 seed is actually Itzy versus Pixie.
Oh, nice.
I gotta go.
I'm going
Itzy.
to pick with Itzy.
I love Pixie, but we gotta go with Itzy. So then that sets up our next round matchup here, which is gonna be Blackpink versus Idol. People love Blackpink.
I'm probably going to stick with the number 1 seed and have Blackpink move on.
I'd love for Idol to get an upset, but I don't think
I would love for Idol to win the whole thing, but that's tough.
Then we have Kepler versus Itzy. I definitely feel like Itzy's gonna win.
Just as far as fans go, going to go with Itzy.
And then I think it's got to be.
Then we got to go with Blackpink in the final. So, very exciting top half of the bracket here.
Making it to the final 4. Oh, so like I said, they're opposites. Like the worst team match up the best team, but also the 2 seeds at the bottom of the bracket and the 1 seeds at the high part of the bracket. So that way you don't have like a second round matchup of like the best 2 teams playing each other.
Right.
I don't know who invented it that way, but that's just how it works. I don't know.
Again,
I guess in your head
reward
it makes
for
sense.
winning, yeah. Winning more.
Make it more exciting for the fans, I guess.
Sure.
So now we have. So this is actually the bottom half of their bracket, but it wasn't the number 2 overall one. So I went like this. So that way the first and second seed would be playing each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's like. Because you got to think of it as quadrants. There's 4 quadrants. The top left is where the 1 seed went. Then the one next to him, like across, is the 2, then the 3, then the 4.
Right.
All right. So, like I said, I'm trying to visualize it for people. Some people honestly don't know how that works. I don't.
Yeah.
We're just so used to seeing it. So the 1 seed is going to be Twice versus WJSN.
Whoa. Let's go WJSN.
Yeah, I know, right? Well, it's going to be Twice.
Voting on the upset just because.
I know, I wish.
Nah, it's going to be Twice just because.
Then we got Mamamoo versus Cherry Bullet. Mamamoo's the one group that's like always there.
Honestly,
and I honestly don't even know if they're still a group, but their fandom is like enough to carry them through.
Mamamoo dominates in some of these, so I'm going to go with Mamamoo.
I know, sorry, Cherry Bullet.
Way to make it.
I know. Then we have Weekly versus Fromus 9.
Man, I don't even know.
I'll probably pick Fromus.
I would like to pick Fromus because I like them more.
Yeah,
Weekly hasn't done anything forever. Fromus actually hasn't.
Maybe we'll see some surprises. Then we have New Jeans versus Woo-Wah.
New Jeans. New Jeans.
So, we're getting a potential final matchup here in the Elite 8.
What seed was New Jeans? 2?
2.
Okay.
Barely missed out.
You know who I'm picking.
So the next one's gonna be Twice versus Mamamoo.
Pretty good matchup actually.
Which is gonna be Twice, and obviously New Jeans is not gonna lose to Promise. But now we have
labeling.
New Jeans versus Twice.
Young versus
the future versus the present.
The present. Legends.
And Twice did just have a comeback. So I don't know how riled up the fans are going to be about that. Is this where the 2-time champ gets knocked off?
Is it a changing of the guard by the legend killers, New Jeans?
Once Twice gets knocked out of our own March Madness tournament that no one else does, that's when I know that the new generation is starting.
Yeah, that's when we're on 5 Gen or whatever the heck.
Honestly, I'd love to say New Jeans win, but I think Twice would still just win.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll just say for the sake of our vote, since we can agree, we'll say Twice. Yeah. I mean,
I will be very.
They are the 2-time champions in a row.
Like, it's hard to bet against.
I wouldn't.
Like me opening K-pop albums to get my bias. Like, it's like.
Yeah.
No matter how much you want to disbelieve it, it's just hard to bet against it. So our first side of
super exciting final.
Our left side of the bracket is going to be the 1 seed Blackpink versus the other 1 seed Twice.
Super sick. I'm picking. I'm gonna pick Blackpink.
You're gonna think Blackpink's gonna win?
Yeah, sure. I don't know. I just want it to be different.
I mean, yeah, we can pick whatever. I don't know.
We just do it for fun. We wait. The real votes coming from you guys.
Yeah, so we'll see. So right now our first team in the finals, Blackpink. I don't know, man. The Twice New Jeans one's gonna be a good one.
I think I know who I'm gonna vote for. Twice is phoning it in. So
now we've got the top part of the bracket on the right side, and this is the actual number 2 team that was overall, right? So we have LE SSERAFIM versus Lightsum.
Okay, well,
I know who's going to win this one.
Way to make it Lightsum.
I know, right? But yeah, LE SSERAFIM beat out.
So they were number 1? Or they were 1?
LE SSERAFIM was, yeah.
Wow, good for them.
Then we have INMIX versus A-Pink. It's weird because...
that's a weird
Here's the thing, right? INMIX is... they are apparently popular. I think they're popular, but a lot of people don't still like their music very much. But A-Pink has been on this multiple times. They have done nothing. And they've still made it to like the Sweet 16 or the Elite 8 just by their fans voting off.
Honestly, I'm just going to say NMIX because they are literally like had their video today, and then they're having to come back in like 2 days. So,
True. So we
we'll
have
go with
NMIX.
NMIX. I think this is a really big comeback for NMIX to kind of explode even to a bigger. I mean, they're very popular. It's not like there's some like.
Even
little-
for JYPs don't matter.
Yeah, it's like they're gonna be good.
Next, we have the hardest matchup in my heart, and it's Stacy versus Billy.
Oh, darn it, Ranker.
I think I'll go with Stacy.
I'm gonna go with Stacy.
Because people like Billy, but that's also on Reddit, so who knows how much they actually really like him. And they just
Can't
want to be
trust
different.
that. Can't trust ourselves.
Then we have Red Velvet versus Tribe.
Whoa, I'm gonna go with Red Velvet.
Yeah, I feel like
Just
if
because-
that happens, maybe it's time for Red Velvet to retire.
Yeah, honestly, I don't
All
think
right.
Tribe's taking him down.
Seraphim versus Inmix. It's got to be the Seraphim.
I'm gonna
Sorry,
go
Inmix.
with La Seraphim.
I'm really hoping.
I mean, they're
to
a
see
1
some-
seed, so
I'm really hoping to get some upsets. Now here's a good one: Stacy versus Red Velvet. I feel like we had one of these last year, and I was like, I think Red Velvet's gonna lose, and they won by a
And then they
lot.
won.
It might have been like them versus like Idol or something. Like it was
Yeah,
something
we're like,
crazy,
I don't know, and then it was just easy
like a
money.
landslide. Stacy versus Red
For
Velvet.
the sake of
that's
the
a good one.
podcast, you can pick whoever. Honestly,
I feel like you. Red Velvet is back to back made final appearances.
they are the runner-up 2 years in a row.
You're right. I go Red Velvet. Sorry, Stacy.
Got to go with the head on that one.
Now, another matchup of the present versus the future: Red Velvet or La Seraphim. I will say so far, I feel like these matchups in the at least like the Elite Eight ones are like way better than the ones we've had in previous years. Because the
Yeah.
other ones are kind of like landslides.
This bracket is more fun. You know,
But it's just because. Well, actually, so I was thinking when we were making it, or I was making it. I don't know if we just pay attention to a lot more groups than we used to, but there's like so many of these. I'm like, this is actually kind of a hard choice. But before, I'm just like, yeah, I've heard like one song by them, but I'm gonna pick them to lose.
yeah. Which you never know the people voting how much or how little or who they like. So it's just everyone's got their own kind of reasons for picking someone.
Well, like you said, you've talked to people like the
Yeah.
comment on stuff that you put up, and it's like, yeah, I just got into Red Velvet. Like,
Like, oh, Feel My Rhythm was my first comeback.
Yeah.
It's like crazy to think. Or, you know, I've even had people be like, well, I loved G back in the day for girls. So it's just everyone's K-pop walk of life is different.
because if you'd put up just like someone like that's like following on Instagram, and their first thing is like Feel My Rhythm or something, compared to like Anti-Fragile or like the other one, La Seraphim would crush them in that if that's like what they're listening to.
Yeah, especially because now, well, obviously La Seraphim being from Hybe, just massive, biggest company, whatever.
Hey,
gonna
they were almost under the same
acquire-
company.
almost acquiring a part of SM, whatever. But like, they're gonna be successful no matter what, and everyone who's like debuting on a big stage in a big group who's new just like blows up.
Exactly.
So it's just like huge. So
And La Seraphim had the popularity of Sakura and Chaewon going into
already like
from Eyes One.
just huge, the massive group that we all love. I mean, that's why they're 1 seed. I mean, I'll pick them to have an upset. They should have a comeback soon. I feel like I don't know.
Who?
La Seraphim. They haven't had like a. They've been doing other stuff, I guess.
If it makes you feel better, it's not really an upset 'cause they're the 1 seed.
It's yeah. I mean, I guess it's the young is gonna beat the old.
I'm telling you, once I see, like the generation things are so messed up, and everyone has something different. It doesn't matter. But as soon as I see these younger groups like really dominating these like more present groups that we watch all the time, that's when I'm like, you know what? I think it's time for a change.
But it's already are. I think we're already been in that because of a lot of groups. Again, when New Jeans become the ultimate debut girl group's album seller of any group ever, I'm
That's
like,
true.
you know what? Maybe things are different now. But I'll pick La Seraphim
Same.
just for the sake of fun.
All right, so La Seraphim's in our final 4 here. Then we have our next bracket's I versus Triple S.
Whoa, what a fun!
I feel like it's gotta be I.
What a fun top 4. Yeah, I've.
Then we have Oh My Girl versus Vives. I feel like Vives would win that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I really don't know, but we can. Pick
Well, shout out
Vives.
to Oh My Girl for being a 3 seed still. That's
Yeah,
solid.
honestly, damn.
And like I said, these aren't my own rankings. These are like
These are
based on
what-
people voting. Like, I had nothing to do
This
with
is like
these.
the pre-votes, so.
I just put them in order. Then we have Dreamcatcher versus Luna. Can the power... Hey, alright, all I gotta say is, every single year,
Estimate.
I doubt Dreamcatcher, and every single year, they freaking do great in this.
You know what? Because we just saw them, I'm picking Dreamcatcher.
So,
Since I was debating my whole life about them, we'll pick Dreamcatcher, and no one really knows what's happening with Luna, so.
they're all touring right now.
They got a tour in Japan.
Then we have Aespa versus Rocket Punch.
I'll pick Aespa.
Fun matchup, but Aespa's gonna win. Alright, so now we have Ives versus Vives. Oh, it's gonna be Ive. Sorry, Simbi. but Dreamcatcher versus Aespa. All I know is Dreamcatcher fans love Instagram because they get, like I said, they destroy everybody every single time.
Dreamcatcher just has a really good fan base of
That's not in Korea.
That's just
the key.
like, I don't know. They just really like them a lot. Not that other fan bases don't, but maybe some bigger groups just have fan bases. It's like, oh, well, it's cool to like these people, so I'm going to like them, kind of. But Dreamcatcher, they got some diehard fans.
We've seen it. It shows.
Like, they are legit, and it's really cool, but I'm going to pick Aespa. Just because.
Sorry, Dreamcatcher.
Greatest single selling album of all time of a girl group, so that's pretty good too.
Next
Aespa's like low-key that like I almost forget about them sometimes, like, oh, they're a big deal too.
I do all the time. Next we have IVE versus Aespa. That's actually a really good matchup.
That's a good matchup.
I gotta go with IVE.
Probably just pick IVE because they were the one.
So now we have the Seraphim versus IVE. Ooh, people love IVE. But people love the Seraphim too.
You know what? I think I'm gonna pick IVE.
That's a good call.
Just because they won all the shows.
Here we go. So they did win a ton. Well, the Seraphim also has won I don't know. So our next group we have here. So our final matchup, we've got IVE
versus
Blackpink. Another matchup of the present versus the future.
Yeah, like the present versus like the kind of present.
So we got. Dude, it's a tough.
I'm just gonna pick Blackpink. I'm just gonna go with them.
It's gonna be a good one. You know, this is also one of those things where when we do it every year, I think Blackpink's gonna do really good, and then they like lose like somebody random.
Since they actually pulled out a 1 seed this year, or the 1-1, we'll pick them.
I can definitely see some upsets happening there.
I hope. This is just our fun bracket.
So our predictions for the tournament here is our 2023 champion is gonna be Blackpink. After 2 years in a row of twice winning. You know, hopefully twice just wins for 30 in a row.
They honestly will, and they'll shut me up about them phoning it in and not trying anymore.
They just have some diehard fans, too.
They just have a lot of fans. Just so many. And they're already killing it selling-wise with this last album. And I don't know. I think they're phoning it in. Still love the girls, but there's just other groups out there now.
This is always really fun, though. I can't wait to do the rankings and put them up on...
It's always just...
I'll probably start tomorrow.
We'll just have to put them all up on the different things, and I just need to do the side one and put it on my fan account and see what people vote on there.
Do it.
Just add all those together.
People love voting on stuff. I love voting on stuff.
It's always fun to have a bracket and see who can take down twice as the champion.
Also, Selection Sunday, so go fill out your brackets for the NCAA tournament.
If you
like into that.
College basketball, go do it. I have no idea who I'm going to pick because I don't know how good all the teams are, but we'll see.
All I know is Alabama's making a killing this year.
Yeah, honestly, right? I always pick I always make at least one bracket, so we'll see how that goes.
I'm going to pick A&M until they run into a lower seed, which is their first game I think to lose.
I know they're going to win until their first game.
As long as they don't run into Colorado.
I was confident until they started their first game.
I know. I don't know. It's a coin toss with them, but... All right.
That's our official bracket.
March Madness 2023 Girl Group Edition. We always say we're going to do a Boy Group Edition. We never do. We probably never will. But maybe next year.
Maybe next year. We'll just say we'll put our excuse as boys pro and it is taking precedent over all things that right now. So
I guess
we just didn't have the time.
Once this is done, I'm just going to put up one final thing. It's going to be like who would win between Blackpink and Prime SNSD.
And yeah, I know.
The ultimate juggernaut.
Who would win between Blackpink and the debuting Boys Planet group? Whoever that's going to be. Whatever their name is.
Yeah, all right. I'll get this up. We'll put up the voting on Instagram. We've put up a lot of episodes in the last 3 days. So.
We've been this has been a great weekend.
It's been super fun.
Really fun. A lot of good work. But yeah, go check it out. All our social medias vote. Let us know who you think's going to win. And until then, we'll catch you with our next episode.
Boys Planet.
Boys Planet. Whatever the next episode is, we'll find out. We love you guys. Peace.
Later.